Alright everyone, welcome back to Cooking for Dummies. Today we're going to be making brown butter chocolate chip cookies with bittersweet and semi-sweet chocolate chips. The first thing we're going to want to do is brown a stick of butter. Alright, so we've got a stick of butter going on medium heat. What we want to do is melt that, let it foam, which will take about 4 minutes, and then it'll start to brown. You don't really want to push it too far because then it'll start to burn. The farther you can push it, the more the flavor will develop, but don't push it too far because if it burns, you got to restart and make new butter. Alright, so now we've browned our 1 stick of butter, and we took another half stick of room temperature butter, and we're just going to incorporate this in with the brown butter. Just stirring slowly. You don't want the butter to be too hot. If it starts sizzling, that means it's not cooled down enough. Alright guys, our butter's done. We've got our mix of brown butter and regular butter melted into it. Then we've got our dry ingredients here. That's just our salt, our flour, and our baking soda. And then right here what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a cup of dark brown packed sugar into it, along with a 1/4 cup of granulated white sugar. We're then gonna go ahead and we're gonna stream this sugar mixture into our butter. And we're gonna whisk it as we're doing it. And you just wanna basically whisk this until all the big clumps that you can see are kind of dissolved down. Now we're going to go ahead and take 2 whole eggs and 1 egg yolk. Let me make sure that's right. Next we're going to do 1 large egg and 2 large egg yolks. Then just go ahead and beat this together. This is when you're going to see it kind of transform into a really glossy and cohesive kind of batter. And you just want to keep whisking that until it all comes together. Then we're going to go ahead and add our 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract, or 2 teaspoons. When we're throwing in the dry ingredients, I like to put it through a strainer, or a sifter I should say. I like to take my dry ingredients and fold them in. You could use the whisk, but once it starts getting thick like this, it's kind of hard to work with the whisk. It kind of bends the whisk more than the whisk is moving around the ingredients. Alright guys, the recipe calls for 6 ounces of chocolate chips. We're going to use about 4 or 5 ounces of semi-sweet, equal parts bittersweet chocolate chips. Now, go ahead and get an ice cream scooper at the grocery store. Bought this today for like $6. This just allows you to maintain consistency, keep the same size for everything. So now we got 6 cookies on the tray. We're gonna go ahead and throw them in the oven at 350 degrees for 8 to 10 minutes. Alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed this episode. This was making Bon Appetit's best chocolate chip cookies with brown butter. Thanks for watching.